Muriel. 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 It's warm in here, innit? You warm? Hi guys, Dan's Wildlife here. Firstly, I would like to apologise for not uploading anything. I'm a bit annoyed because I've just spent the last 20 minutes talking to the camera and I didn't press the record button, so don't I look like a fool. Anyway, we'll actually get down to the recording now. Firstly, I'd like to say I'm sorry for not uploading. Well, I wouldn't say I'm sorry for not uploading, but like I just want to apologise if people were expecting me to be uploading. Over the past year, mental health hasn't been very good. This is due to a number of things, mainly one, because I've spent a fair bit of money trying to get into the security industry by paying for all my SIA licences and badges, and it hasn't really paid off, so I've had no work again. But luckily, over the past 5 weeks, I started a job in a shop, and it's regular, it's hours like clockwork, which is what I needed. I've got a bit of stability and a bit of finance behind me now, so my mood is just skyrocketing basically. Secondly, to the video, right. Over the past couple of weeks, you've probably seen me mentioning on Instagram and Facebook about my snake, my royal python. I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl, haven't had it sexed yet. I do call her a girl and a she because she's a beautiful snake. Like, she's been through a lot in her life. Her previous owners, I wouldn't say it wasn't it's not cruelty, but like it's just lack of understanding on how to keep a certain animal, which, let's face it, a lot of people do. They impulse buy animals, they get them because they think they're cool, but they don't really know how to look after them. So the story goes, the people who were looking after it, their son had the snake, he started a new job, and then they ended up kind of looking after it. They did approach the pet shop they got it from that said that they would have it back, but I said I'd take it off the hands instead because it would be going to a decent home. I did all my research beforehand and she's now with me. So the details to this snake that I was meant to be getting were, it was less than a year old. Feeding schedule was 1 rat every Saturday. And yeah, I can tell you now that this snake, when we got it, because Steph, as you all know from mine and Tarantula Dan's live streams, along with Steph obviously, he was round here at the time the snake came, and it was definitely older than a year because it was pretty much fully grown royal python. So it was pushing about 4.5 foot. She's probably now about 5 feet long because she has shed a few times. And her back was covered in what looked like burns, and I would say 90% of the surface of her back was covered in burns. There was one huge stroke, there would be like black rubbed off her, which was quite nasty. So basically the way I treated it was, didn't really do anything. Fed her, managed to get her feeding after 6 months. She didn't feed for 6 months when she moved into my care, but then when she started feeding, that's when she started healing. So she started shedding after she started eating, and then it just slowly got worse. You can still see where the scarring is on her back. Hopefully with this new setup that she's in, the humidity will be able to help her have one decent shed, and this should help remove any of the scarring and the excess bad scales that are on her back. So that's what I'm hoping for, fingers crossed. So anyway, on to the Vivs. The top Viv, as you can see here, is the one that she came to me in. It is tiny for her size. It's got a heat lamp in. Royal Pythons don't exactly need heat lamps. They need warmth, but they don't need heat lamps. And all it had was the hide that is in there and a water bowl. And I'll show you the water bowl now. That water bowl. There is an issue with this water bowl. Every time I would fill it, within an hour of me filling the actual water bowl and putting it into the enclosure, a layer of mould or what looked like white residue would appear on top of the water surface. I've tried no end of times to clean this bowl. It's even sat in watered, diluted bleachy water, and that still did nothing to actually remove or help with the mould situation in this bowl. So obviously the acquisition of a new job for me gave me the resources to be able to save up some money and actually invest in a new setup for her, which the idea was I was going to make it completely bioactive. I've taken some inspiration off of certain YouTubers on how to build said enclosures. I did work with some silicone and some expanding foam. Never again. I'm just going to use a hot glue gun. I'm going to get one and I'm just going to put corkwood all over the back of the actual enclosure, because working with any kind of expanding foam and silicone is an absolute nightmare. I've still got it on my hands and it won't actually wash off. So yeah, anyway, so down to the new Viv. This is a Viv Exotic Viv. This is the maxi large size with the under storage. I bought this from the Northampton Reptile Centre. I was planning on keeping all the invoices so I could actually read where I got the things from on the invoices, but silly, I threw them away accidentally. Anyway, so Northampton Reptile Centre. Firstly, I would like to thank the people at this Northampton Reptile Centre, because obviously with the current COVID-19 situation going on, I didn't expect the packages to arrive as quickly as they did. So yeah, basically they come quite quick, which was ideal because I wanted to get the snake in a new setup as fast as possible. And yeah, I couldn't have asked for any better, quicker delivery. And thank you to the people that obviously delivered it, because they're helping keeping country moving by delivering things and stuff, at the same time putting their own lives at risk, which you can't really be any more grateful for. The substrate that I used in this particular setup it's got clay balls on the bottom with some hydro fleece separating the clay balls from the actual substrate for the drainage layer. So for the substrate, it is a mixture of coconut husk from Exoterra and forest floor from Zoomed. There is leaf litter all on top as well, along with an orange isopod colony and some springtails. I will be needing some more springtails and some more isopods just to put in there. So yeah, and then also I bought a corner water bowl, which is huge, and it actually fits the entire snake in, and she's actually been using it. The stick I bought from the stick and the background corkwood, I must say, actually I bought from 2x2 at Merry Hill, and this is a place I go to a lot for my animal needs. I buy dog food from them, I buy ferret food from them, I buy rats from them, I buy pretty much anything that I need from 2x2 in Merry Hill. In the past, 2x2 has had a bit of a bad reputation, but the staff there now have gone above and beyond to try and increase that reputation, and honestly I can't thank them enough. They do have very knowledgeable staff there. So I highly recommend them if you're in the West Midlands area. Merry Hill, 2x2 animal pet shop. So yeah, thank you to them as well. So let's have a bit of a tour around, shall we? The one thing I have seen online is people using expanding foam and silicone, obviously, to get background sorted. The expanding foam that I've seen online is quite a different colour to that of this. This was especially used for ponds, so it comes up quite black and grey, so it's got this stony kind of texture to it. But the ones I've seen online have been like either green or like a creamy beige colour. Which is why I haven't exactly covered the majority of it in substrate, because it kind of has that rocky effect to it. I did give up at a certain point on actually expanding foam in the entire background, because it was just such a nightmare. So yeah, the flower, again another addition from the Northampton Reptile Centre. They do live plants as well. I am also looking for some more plants to put in here, so if anybody can point me in the direction of any people who sell exotic plants for vivariums, then I would sorely appreciate it. I also have a UVB bulb. It is the Pro T5, I think it is. The Pro T5, yeah. Obviously this supplies UVB and it supplies UV light to help plants grow, and snags, reptiles in general, need UVB. Some might say that snags don't need UVB, but it can only benefit them at the end of the day. Obviously you can see leaf litter, and then the snake. She was very grumpy last night. I'll have a look at her, but I don't know how she's going to react. And there she is. I'll leave her be, let her settle in properly. And obviously, as you can see, this is the Viv that she was in, and it's tiny compared to this. So yeah, also we have my filming buddy, it's Muriel. All warm. Also, if you can see, I have a heat mat attached to the side, and the Habistat classic pulse thermostat as well. So that is attached to the heat mat. So yeah guys, that is the actual Viv, and it was a good project while it lasted to put together. I've really enjoyed it. Again, can't thank the staff at Northampton Reptile Centre enough. They've gone above and beyond to help me get all this stuff on time and in a decent amount of time with what's going on in the world. So, next thing, I have an empty Viv. Any suggestions as to what I should get in there, please put in the comments below. Something reptilian, anything. I'm looking at getting. I would like to use the heat lamp, but then again, doesn't matter if I can get rid of that because it's just screwed in, so that's fine. Any ideas, please put in the comments below. Hopefully next week I will be doing some nature walk videos, obviously on my own in the solitary confinement of nature, obviously social distancing from a lot of people, and hopefully going some places that aren't too populated with people. So yeah, thank you again for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to keep notified of my videos, and I will see you again. Bye.